did I get my first drum kit? I started with a snare drum. I didn't get a set of drums like that, boom, boom, a set of drums. I got one piece at a time. Yes, that was in the early 40s, and, my parents weren't rich enough to buy this young man a set of drums, so I got one piece at a time, and which I'm still doing now. One piece at a time.
And in those years, in those early years, did you have a teacher?
Well, I got to think about that, as you say. I guess, I listened to everybody. I didn't have no one person that was a teacher. Actually, I listened to what I thought was some of the greatest drummers I ever heard. And I went to Boston Conservatory for a little while.
Okay, yeah.
A short period, I think during the 40s. But I didn't learn there what I wanted to know about, the so-called jazz that I play, So I would just make up things and, listen to all the greatest players that I could listen to.
Name some of those players that you like. Who did you want to sound like, or who inspired you?
Well, I really, from an early age, I wanted to sound original. But Papa Joe Jones, the drummer of Count Basie's band, he was one of the first ones that really inspired me. I listened to all the drummers though, but he was one of the first ones. I met Art Blakey when I was a teenager, and I sort of followed him around. And Max Roach, he was only a couple of years older than myself. Got close to him during the early 40s or the middle 40s, and I would listen to everybody. But certain people I really liked, and I think that helped to create an original feeling that I would have on the instrument.
Would you comment on any of the rudiments that you worked on or consciously sought out to, put into your playing?
I thought I heard you say rudiments.
Yes.
I was going to question that because I didn't know too much about rudiments. And I still really don't. I never got into the rudiments, even though I respected a lot of drummers that did, and it sounded great to hear that, but I could never play things even, or, I was mostly this, ding, ding, da, ding, ding, da, ding, and whatever I would do with the two hands, I would just do something that I felt comfortable doing.
Okay.
It was never really rudimental.
Okay.
Because, I respected that. I wish I could do it. I wish I could play like da-da-da-da-da. I could never do that.
Okay.
So mine is always broken up or going in different directions, and which has become part of me now.
Well, it's your style, and it's become.
But I could never play like even. I could never have even hands like I could never do that. I don't think I played with Duke Ellington, but he wanted me to join his band. I forget exactly what year it was. I don't remember if we ever jammed together. It seems like I should remember if I did play with Duke Ellington at some time. But I know I never played with him and his band, for one. And there may be some others that I haven't played, but I played with Count Basie and some others.
How did you like big band, playing big band?
My first job in New York, 1945, was with a big band, a band leader by the name of Louis Russell.
Louis Russell.
He was from Panama. But this man hired me to join his big band in 1945 and never heard me. But he heard about me. It's something to have heard about somebody, and you're going to hire them. And you're going to tell them how much you're going to pay them even before you have heard them. I think I still have the letter that he sent me, a special delivery letter, telling me how much he would pay me.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Wow.
It was something.
Yeah, that is something.
Before he heard me.
And that was 45.
1945. September of 1945, I came from Boston to New York to join that big band. My My first gig with the band was the Savoy Ballroom in Harlem with a big.
I welcome you guys back on here. If you're new, consider subscribing, liking, and also share this video. So Ray Haynes, a jazz drummer who ignited the rhythmic fire on the landmark performances. By Charlie Parker, Chick Corea, and the likes of Pat Metheny, and of course inspired so many and countless other musicians by expanding his musical vocabulary of his instrument, and of course over an 80-decade career. He passed on November 12th in Oceanside, New York, and he was 99 by the time he passed on. His death was confirmed by his daughter, Leslie Haynes-Gilmore, and he notified the press. And of course, it's been really very, very tough, most especially for the family and the close fans, plus those who really love jazz, drums, and of course great music. Mr. Roy came came of musical age in the 40s as the swing era was giving way to the complex rhythmic and of course the harmonic innovations of the bebop revolution, led by saxophonist Parker and the trumpeter Dizzy Gillespie, both of whom Mr. Roy accompanied. Of course, he always gives credits to those guys because they're the ones actually that do inspired him. Even in his so many interviews, he talked about it. He continued to refine and adjust his style through the years, generating a flexible but spontaneous approach, and that helped advance, drumming, beyond more timekeeping to a vibrant, almost a form of musical expression. Man, indeed, he's a legend. He's been so much respected. A man who lived his purpose. 80 years doing one craft, man. It's really huge. Of course, they say that shared the bandstand with musicians representing nearly a full history of jazz, from Sidney Bechet, a soprano saxophonist born in New Orleans in 1897, to musicians born almost a century later, almost 100 years later. Man, this is a guy who played in guys who were playing in the 40s, and then we are seeing him playing throughout the 90s, and of course even just recently in the 2020s. So it's been really tough, and of course we are sending our deepest condolences to the family, friends, the family, and those who really loved his music. R.I.P. and rest in power the king, that is Roy Haynes.